Canon EOS R10. The Canon EOS R10 is a versatile little powerhouse and one of the best cameras around for beginners. Thanks to its modern autofocus smarts and good handling, it's an affordable way into the EOS R system for new converts and an enjoyable second camera for existing Canon fans. Keen wildlife or action snappers should make the jump up to the EOS R7. Though, there's been a hole in the middle of Canon's mirrorless camera lineup for a few years now, but the Canon EOS R10 finally fills it. If you're a beginner looking to expand your photographic horizons, or an existing Canon fan who wants a fun second camera for everyday shooting, it's now one of the best cameras around, and thanks to its small size and weight. It's also one of the best travel cameras. While it's a little more advanced and expensive than traditional entry-level cameras, like the Canon EOS Rebel SL3 or EOS 250D DSLR, the EOS R10 is a considerable upgrade on those models, and well worth its price tag. It's really an evolution of the double-digit DSLRs like the Canon EOS 90D. Cameras that became firm favorites with those who wanted to snap their family, vacations, and day-to-day lives with smartphone-beating quality. The key to the Canon EOS R10's charm is its Digicame processor, which helps unlock the latest autofocus tech and some impressive burst shooting speeds for its price. You get dual-pixel CMOS AF Roman 2 and 15th continuous shooting, which make this camera more than capable of snagging a shot of the family dog's winning goal in the garden water polo. The EOS R10 can track a wide range of subjects, including people, animals, and vehicles, and follows them around pretty tenaciously. This is a really useful tool that lifts this camera above rivals like the Fujifilm X10, although the camera does fight back with in-body image stabilization and a bigger selection of lenses. Ah yes, lenses, along with a slightly small viewfinder. These are the EOS R10's main weakness. At the time of writing, Canon has only made two native lenses for the EOS R10 and its EOS R7 sibling, the RF S1845mm f4.56.3 IS SDM and RF S18150mm f3.56.3. This is pretty paltry compared to Sony and Fujifilm. Although you can use both Canon's full-frame RF lenses and older EF ones on this camera with an optional adapter, there's a good chance that these options will tide you over until Canon gets around to launching some new APS-C lenses. But if you want more options out of the gate, or don't like the uncertainty, then a camera like the Fujifilm X10 or Fujifilm X-T30 Roman 2 could be more suitable. If you're just starting out and want a lightweight camera that'll grow with you, though, then the Canon EOS R10 is one of the best beginner cameras around. Its new 24MP CMOS sensor produces some lovely images with enough leeway for you to claw back some details from shadows, even if you won't want to regularly push it beyond ISO 6400. You can also shoot some impressive video, even if the 4K plus 6 type mode does come with a 1.56 crop. Despite its relatively old-fashioned sensor, which isn't backside illuminated, the EOS R10's powerful processor, autofocus experience, and versatile controls give beginners a great camera to start with and a powerful one to grow into. That means you can have plenty of fun with it while you wait for Canon to make some more native lenses. This is pretty reasonable pricing that has echoes of the Canon EOS RP, a full-frame camera that landed for $1,299 USD back in 2019. The EOS R10 slightly undercuts the Fujifilm X10, although the camera does offer in-body image stabilization, which is useful for preserving image quality and shooting video. And it's priced similarly to the Nikon Z50, another relatively compact APS-C camera that's now little behind the EOS R10. The Canon EOS R10 probably isn't going to win any Red Dot Design Awards, but it does fulfill its brief of being both impressively small and comfortably familiar to anyone who's used a Canon DSLR. In your hand, the little thing is quite reminiscent of a Canon EOS Rebel SL3, which actually weighs 20 more than the 429 EOS R10. Realistically, this is about as small as RF mount cameras are likely to get. Which is to say, not quite as ditty as EOS M series like the Canon EOS M50. Those cameras will live on, albeit looking wistfully through the garden fence as photographers play fetch with Canon's new APS-C darlings, the R7 and R10. On top, the Canon EOS R10 again looks like a Rebel SL3 or EOS 250D, with a mode dial joined by front and rear command dials, a multi-function button, and a video record button. One useful addition, though, is the inclusion of Canon's multi-function accessory shoe, which can both power and send data to accessories like considering this is a feature you don't even get on the full-frame cameras like the EOS R6. It's another reason to feel smug about owning an R10. Around the back, it's a similar setup to the pricier Canon EOS R7. There's a fully articulating touchscreen that can flip forwards for video shooters and, helpfully, an AF joystick. This is a feature that affordable cameras often jettison in the name of simplicity. But it's a real boon for photographers who are looking to quickly move AF points. And that's likely to be the case when you have a powerful autofocus system with 651 AF points, like on the R10. One slight disappointment with the EOS R10 is its small viewfinder. While this EVF has a similar 2.36 million dot resolution to the one on the EOS R7, its limited 0.59x magnification does feel a bit stingy. It works well enough in practice and can be customized with handy tools like live histograms and grid lines, but other cameras at this price point do offer better views of your scenes. There are a couple of other design downers on the EOS R10 that are a little more understandable for the price. The EOS R10 lacks the weatherproofing you get on the EOS R7, which means you'll need to look after it a little bit more. There's also only one Roman 2 card slot, rather than two. And while the EOS R10 does have a microphone input, you also lose the headphone jack for monitoring your audio when shooting videos. All in all, though, we really enjoyed shooting with the Canon EOS R10 during our time with the camera. Like the Nikon Z50, it has a pretty deep grip for such a small camera, which means you can pair it with relatively long lenses if needed. But it's also a neat, lightweight little bundle when combined with primes like the RF 50 f1.8 SDM lens, and is a camera you look forward to taking out.